What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of Buzz Boys. I'm your host Terry, and last night we saw a interesting game to say the least against the Indiana Pacers. Ultimately, we whooped them. We won for like 95% of the time, 97% of the time. Um, and then at the end, it just all went to hell. I don't even know, bro. Very peculiar, embarrassing ending to the game. But those players are already unemployed as cuts came out today. Harry Giles, Charlie Brown, um, Keontae Johnson all cut this morning. So, everybody who was on the floor last night, really, except for KJ and TJ, are unemployed. So, yeah, for me, that's really why I wasn't tripping too much because, like, bro, these aren't real Hornets players. I really don't care. But, yeah, it was just interesting to see us manage to lose that game. But anyway, when our players were on the floor, our real players, bro, the Pacers couldn't do nothing with us. I mean, Brandon came out scorching hot. I mean, he's been putting together some impressive preseason games after struggling. He's starting to piece it together and really get going, bro. And he put the team on his back last night for sure. Um, he came out hot, and I'm sure y'all have seen it somewhere, but definitely the dunk of the preseason. Definitely the dunk of the preseason, but possibly a dunk of the year candid, whether you want to call it a dunk or not. I don't care. He fucked Miles Turner up. He changed that boy. He, like, cut back crazy. Like, he's in mid-season form. I think he's ready to go. He's ready. He's ready for the Houston Rockets. Um, Surprisingly, Melo came out. He struggled. Definitely his worst outing of the preseason. Um, Definitely, came out and just didn't quite look right. Um, and he had 3 points, 1 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from three. Had three early fouls. Brandon Miller, also had three fouls in the first quarter, even though he had like 12 points in the first quarter. He was going crazy, but you know him and LaMelo did have foul trouble, which is something that, we definitely need to monitor going forward, more so on LaMelo side because, that's something that he's struggled with his entire career is getting in early foul trouble. Um, so it's just something to monitor. Um, you know, I'm not worried about LaMelo. We've seen him have games just like Brandon did this year. He can't miss. Well, this preseason, I should say, where he can't miss, and he's the team's entire offense. So I'm not really worried. I think he might have been ready for regular season. I'm not quite sure, but it is what it is. Um, Curry got to start tonight. He stepped up. He did a little bit of something. And he is somebody who I do want in the rotation because we need a specialist. Um, and it's like with Mitchits, looking like shit. I have no problem with Trey Mann, Curry, Nick Smith Jr. absorbing those minutes, and we ship Mitchits off to Denver to be with his friend Nicola. I really don't care. Um, anyway, Melo's defense did improve. It did improve. I did see some plays where Melo was moving his feet. It was a particular play where let me see. It was a loose ball, and it was between LaMelo and Siakam, and LaMelo was really fighting to steal that ball from Siakam. Siakam ended up coming up with it, threw it out to Naismith, and LaMelo switched on to Naismith and guarded him great, even though Naismith ended up eventually scoring. It just showed me that LaMelo's bought in to be on the ground diving for loose balls. One, as the star player. Two is preseason. And three, you're not even necessarily a defensive minded player. To see LaMelo doing that, then to get back on his feet, switch on to Naismith. And even though he didn't get the stop, it was great defense, and Naismith just made a great shot. Welcome to the NBA. There's going to be plenty of possessions where you play excellent defense. It can't get any better, but the person still scores. Yeah, you're playing the best scorers in the league. In the world. I'm sorry, y'all. My AC unit cut on. I had to go cut that shit off because it'd be loud as hell. Um, but as I was saying, yeah, you're gonna get scored on sometimes because you're dealing with the best scorers in the world. That's why they're in the NBA. Even when you play great defense, and even the announcers were like, "Oh my God, that's great defense." Da, da, da. So that made me happy to see. But honestly, the most shocking thing of the game, well, not the most shocking considering the end, but the Hornets bench. I mean, we had Diabate out there, however you say his name, bro. We were playing the Pacers starters and we were beating them. The lead was growing. Like we were up, I think 10 at halftime, and then it got cut to like 7. Then we were up like 14, 15. And this is on the Pacers starters: Siakam, Naismith, Nimhard, Turner, Hallie. That was their lineup, bro. And we had, I think, Diabate. We had our bench, bro. And the Pacers starters played a long time. They had no shame. They had no shame, bro. And they could still not get the best of us, bro. That shit was funny. That shit was embarrassing. Like, yo, if this how y'all gonna play, y'all got some shit to worry about. And I mean, they did miss a lot of threes, but hey, shit was embarrassing, which is why I hate that they ended up winning this game. I hate that they ended up winning this game because, like, on paper, their name does not deserve to be up there as a winner with that final score. They should be ashamed of themselves. They had no shame, bro. Like, our starters after halftime really ain't play. And I mean, our starters themselves really wasn't even our normal starting lineup. But I mean, who we had out there and who they had out there, and they were still losing. The lead was growing. Yeah, no shame. Very embarrassing for them. Um anyway, Tijon struggled today. Well, last night. He did struggle with his shot and in a few other avenues, but I just want to see how does he respond. That was very, very interesting focal point for me. Okay, your shot's not falling. What else do you do to affect the game? Because as I've said on this channel numerous times, I know that his hot shooting start is more than likely an aberration. Nobody's gonna shoot 50% from three or any of that crazy shit. I'm well aware. Um, so okay, shot's not here tonight. Do you get to the rim? Do you become a more aggressive cutter? What do you do to affect the game offensively and defensively? And he became a beast on the boards, finishing with 14 rebounds. Um, and that makes me happy. There is a play that James Plowright had highlighted, and you literally see Tijon and Miles Turner fighting. He not only boxes out the bigger Miles Turner, he comes up with a board. And it's like stuff like that is what's going to get you minutes in the NBA rotation. Even with being limited offensively, dribble wise, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I will take a 3-and-D hustle guy. I will take that as a 19-year-old, and he can grow off of that. I will take that for sure. Um, so I was very happy just to see, he started to affect the game in other ways. And, he did, make a three at some point. It was late in the game. He could have made the game, like not the game winning three, but the ceiling three. But there was a lot of Shatner full moments that transpired at the end of the game. He threw the ball into the backcourt. That was one. The KJ Simpson ghost foul, but it's just like, it was just ugly. It was just a lot of things going on. Like, what the hell is happening? Can we please end this game? And if we would have left Diabate out there, we would have won the game because they couldn't do nothing with him. So, it was just, I think who we had on the floor, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And we watched the lead go from like 12 to just evaporate like that. And I hate to say it, that was, for me, my last point up here, so I'm gonna save it. Diabate the Demon, he was hooping. He was hooping. I'm very impressed. I actually think he deserves a spot on this roster, or at least a two-way or something. Because if injuries pile up in that front court, I will feel pretty good bringing in Diabate. I want to know how to say his name too. I have no problem with him. I like him. I ain't even finna lie. But also moving on, KJ Simpson. How can I say this? He sucks. I'm not even finna lie. I have not seen him do anything well this entire preseason. I know he's been hurt. Been hurt since the draft process. I think he got hurt in a pre-draft workout. So, I don't know. The pick just, even when we made it, I was just kind of like, a small guard. And I mean, he was nice at Colorado, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, we have plenty of guards. Do we need another small guard who pretty much just brings outside of scoring really nothing? I mean, his defense is good for his size, but I mean, it's the NBA, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, bro. He just is like an undersized scoring guard who can't score. I mean, I'm watching him on some of these guards. He can't turn the corner. He couldn't get past anybody. I mean, and I'm talking about even in transition, they were able to stop the ball and make us reset. Like he can't turn the corner on anybody. Um, so as a guard, I mean, you can't get to the rim past anybody. That's concerning to me. Um, I haven't seen him make any crazy passes or anything that shows he has, a special type of vision or anything. Um, and the shot I did see, just a open three. Okay, cool. Like I haven't been impressed at all. I ain't even finna lie. Um, and I mean, he had 5 rebounds, which is very good, for somebody his size. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, but ultimately 6 turnovers, 3 fouls. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a Greensboro player for sure. And he can definitely come along. Like, he can come along for sure. But yeah, no, I haven't been impressed whatsoever. Uh and I don't know. I hate to end the video on a negative note talking about that, but I can't let this video go for too long because, what I'm saying, I gotta go ahead and get into work. I was too tired last night after the game. Ate, took that shower. It was over. I wouldn't have been able to record last night. Y'all would have seen my energy wasn't there, and I wasn't fucking with that. But anyway, man, it's the final preseason game. Um, I think October 23rd, Houston Rockets. It's an away game. Um, and it's just here. The test is here. Um, I'm very interested to see who's going to be ready to go on opening night. I hope it's everybody. I hope it's everybody. I know Mark Williams is supposed to get reevaluated. I don't know. Part of me in the back of my mind thinks he's gonna miss. He might be ready for our home opener, but I feel like he might miss that first game. I ain't gonna lie, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, but ultimately, I hope that we healthy, bro. Cause Trey Man ain't play last night, and I know he did hurt his arm in the game before. So, you know, I don't know, and I don't know if Charles Lee's trying to get some different looks, but Josh Green, Trey Man, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams. At least Cody Martin did come back last night, and I do think he would be getting rotation minutes because when asked about Cody Martin, Charles Lee was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, I'm so glad to have him back." Like, so I think he's somebody who's gonna be playing for sure. And so yeah, I just want to see us at full strength, man. I just don't want another year where this guy's hurt, and it just changes the course of the season before it even gets started for real. I just want to see a healthy year and a fair shot. That's all I want to see this team have. But anyways, I'm wrap this up, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Got some stuff coming for y'all, man. Me and my boy Darian at Trust the Buzz definitely gonna be collabing this weekend, cooking something up for y'all. So stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to him, go check him out at Trust the Buzz. And also, I probably will make a video about just like our injury history. That's something that I know, for me, y'all probably heard me talking about making a video. At first, it was going to be about Mark. And it's funny because Darian just made a video like that, so go check that out. At first, it was going to be about Mark. And then I was kind of just going to generalize it to like everybody. And I think that's what I'm going to do because now we're getting more injuries. And just every few days, somebody's hurt. And it's just like, fuck. It's just a real concern. So I'll probably make a video about that. But anyways, like I said, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Stay tuned. If new to the channel, subscribe. Peace.